Hey guys, welcome back to J's Kitchen. Today I'll take you back in the kitchen with me and I'll show you how I prepared my cornmeal pudding. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment, and tell a friend to tell another friend about J's Kitchen. You can also follow me on Facebook, it's J's Kitchen. Follow me on Instagram, it's KaliKitchen_1, and go ahead and turn on that post notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. So this is some authentic coconut milk that I have. I went ahead and just add some more water to it, and I'm using room temperature water. You guys can always add boiling water if you have boiling water at home. I will go in and add some butter. And I know a lot of persons don't like to add spice to the wet ingredients. They like to add it to the cornmeal, but for me I like to add it to both. All right, so it's okay if you don't want to add any spices to this wet ingredients. All right, I also went in and add some salt, and I will also add some vanilla flavoring. Of course, I'm gonna go ahead and add my mixed spice, my cinnamon powder. And of course, I'm going to add some grated nutmeg as well. All right. Then I'll just go ahead and use my whisk to just combine everything together. Then what I will do, I'll go ahead and add 2 sachets of coconut milk powder to this. And of course, if you don't have coconut milk powder at home, you can always go ahead and add 1 tin of the coconut milk. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and whisk all of this together. Then I will go in and add my brown sugar. You guys don't necessarily have to use the brown sugar. You can always go ahead and use granulated sugar, all right? But I prefer to use the brown sugar. And once everything comes to a boil, I'm going to leave it, and then I'll head over to the dry ingredients, all right? So now it's time to prepare my dry ingredients. So this is the cornmeal that I'll be using, and this is my refined cornmeal. I will also go in and add a small amount of flour, combine all of that together. And basically the flour helps to keep the pudding together. All right. And then I'll go in and add some grated nutmeg as well. As I told you guys, I love to add spice to my cornmeal. And guys, just to note, I had missed some of the clippings for this recipe. What happened, I thought that it was recording, and then I realized that it wasn't recording. So the parts where I add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients, you won't get to see that any at all because it was cut out. But don't worry, I will show you guys what it looks like. All right, so I went in and add some more mixed spice, and I also went in and add some cinnamon powder also. All right, and you want to combine everything together. So just to note, I preheated my oven at 250 degrees, and I'm gonna bake this for 1.5 hours. Alright guys, so this is what the batter looks like for my cornmeal pudding. Unfortunately, you guys didn't see when I combine both the dry and the wet ingredients together, but this is what it's supposed to look like. It's not supposed to be too thick, it's supposed to be runny, alright, because you want that cornmeal to cook, and remember that the cornmeal is going to expand, alright, so you have to ensure that you give it space to cook properly, alright. So I'm gonna bake this in my Dutch pot. So I went ahead and greased my Dutch pot with some butter and also with some flour. And as I said before, I'm going to bake this for 1.5 hours. Alright? So once it starts to bake, what I will do, I'll go ahead and prepare just a little topping for it. And basically the topping consists of some brown sugar. I'll use some more coconut milk powder and also a small amount of vanilla flavoring, alright? And once it's almost finished baking, then I'll go ahead and pour it over my cornmeal pudding. Alright guys, so after 1 hour, this is what my cornmeal pudding looks like, and this is the topping that I made for it, as I said earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and just pour it over it, and then I'm going to leave it to sit for roughly about 5 minutes. Then I'm going to place it back in the oven for roughly about half an hour more, or probably give it 35 minutes. Then I'll show you guys what it looks like, alright? So guys, as I was saying earlier, what I'm going to do, I'm going to place it back in the oven for roughly about 30 to 35 minutes because you want to ensure that it is baked properly. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it out and allow it to cool down. Also, because I use the coconut milk, it's going to be a little bit white on top, but once you take it out of the oven, leave it in the oven for roughly and allow it to cool down, then all of that whiting will go. Alright, so basically I'm going to show you what it looks like, but remember now, if you use the coconut milk on top, it's going to give you that white looking thing on top. Alright, so this is what it looks like because of the coconut milk. So I'm going to allow it to just cool down, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like, the final product of my cornmeal pudding. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so guys, this is the final product of my cornmeal pudding. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. I hope you guys try this recipe at home. Remember to turn on your post notification bells. Sorry, remember to subscribe to my channel. Remember to tell a friend, tell a family members about Callie J's Kitchen. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you tomorrow for another awesome recipe. Bye.